it's recording. Okay. So exercise 1A, you learned how to add numbers, and they're positive numbers. Now I'm going to show you, don't draw this in yet. You learned in primary school how to add positive numbers. Then you learnt multiplication, which was a faster version or shortcut to repeated addition. So you learnt that side. Then in year 7, you were introduced to this side of the graph. And then in year 8, I'm revising it again. Okay, so here we're now learning today to add with negative numbers as well. Okay, so I like this number line because for the students at year 9 and 10 who still haven't learnt their negative numbers, using something as a visual aid does help. Over time, you guys don't need it. But for those who keep getting it wrong, use a number line. I promise you, it seems like it takes a long time to do, but you get it right rather than doing it very fast and get them all wrong. Okay, so here we go. Let's do the first example. This is how I normally teach my students, and if you stick to it, you should be able to solve it correctly. Here we go. Let's look at the first example. You got -3 plus 2. This is how I teach my students. The -3 tells you where you are on the number line. -3 is right here. So -3, I do a dot. I say I start there. Now we know, copy this one down, so just copy the signs down. When you add, you go this direction. So right, you move to the right, you add. When you subtract, you go to the left. Okay? So now looking at the question, it says I'm starting up at -3. I'm adding. Okay, which direction am I going if I'm adding? Which direction am I going? Leon. To the right. So here it tells me I'm going to the right, but it tells you how many units now. It says go to the right by 2. So if I start at -3 and I go right by 2, you can see on the number line, I go 1 unit, 2 units, and where does that bring me to? What's my answer? -1. So the answer for this scenario would then equal, remember, vertical layout. I had to fix a lot of the students in the other class where they just wrote equals -1. I don't want to see that. You start practicing writing it vertically and do the equal signs vertically. Write your answers -1 like that. Okay, I don't want to see horizontal. I know it's easy at the moment, but later on when we get to algebra and two-step equations, you can't do it horizontally. Here's an example. At towards the end of this term, like term 3, you're going to do equations like this. See that? There is no way you can solve this equation going horizontally because it doesn't make sense. So if you try to do the next step and you do it this way, it does not make sense. And this is where I see a lot of students who struggle in maths, especially when it comes to algebra. The layout is poor. They've been skipping it throughout the entire year, and they get to this point, they give up because you can't do that in your head. You have to take steps. And the steps, the only way to solve this at the moment is working vertically. Okay, so at the moment you don't see it, but practicing it now will help your habits, okay? So when I say vertical, please do vertical. If I see horizontal, I'll tell you to do it again. Here we go, next one. Let's do the next problem. Same thing, -1. That tells me where I'm starting. I'm starting at -1. Here's -1 over here. I draw a dot there. I start at -1, and then it says here I'm minusing. Which direction am I going? Let's go with Tom. Going left, because minus is left, positive is right. So I'm going left. I know I'm going this direction now, and it tells me go 3 units in that direction. So I know that the final answer is going to be a negative answer, because clearly this region is negative. So I know the answer is going to be negative already. I just don't know what number it is. So we count it. So we go, I know the answer is negative, but let's count it. So we go 1, 2, 3 units, because it says 3 units in the left direction. So -1 minus 3 should give me an answer of, what's my answer? -4. It's very good. So at some point you start to get used to this and you realize as long as you know which direction you're going, it's just really 1 plus 3 gives you 4, and you know the overall answer has to be negative because you're going so negative. Right? It's almost like saying you owe $1 and now you owe another $3. Well, in total you owe me $4. Okay, so you know it's in that direction. Let's do another one. Same thing. In this example over here, this tells me I start at -1. So same spot again. But this time it says plus. Which direction am I going, Josh? Right, so this time I'm going to the right, but I'm going 4 units to the right. So looking up here, you can see 4 units. This is 1, so it only takes 1 unit to get back to 0. And I need another 3. 1, 2, 3 to make a total of 4 jumps. So my final answer there has to then be positive 3. You see that? So you're starting off just to get familiar with where your starting point is and which direction you're going. Because by the time you get to 1F, it will get much more confusing, and just learning how to use the number line will help you. Okay, so here, let's do the final one. Let's see if you can visualize this. I'm not going to draw it for you now. -4, so look on the number line or on your sheet. Where's -4? And then I'm saying now add 5. Take your time, have a think. So I'm going to call someone out. -4 plus 5, what'd you get? What do you think the answer is, Colleen? 1. So let's see if Colleen's correct. So -4 is here. I'm starting at -4. Says plus. Whoops. Says plus, so that means I'm moving to the right. I'm going this direction, so far she's correct. And I'm going 5 units. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Another way to think about it is, you know that it needs 4 to get to 0, because -4 to 0 is 4 units, and you only need an extra 1 to make 5. So hence the answer is positive 1. Does that so far make sense? Because that's the fluency skills that you bare minimum need to understand at year 8. So that's it for today. That is exercise 1E. Keep this sheet because I'm using it to help you understand multiplication division tomorrow, and it follows on that idea. So you need to understand number line first before I can teach you why multiplication works as well. Okay, so what I want you to do now is on your sheet of paper or in your exercise book, I just want you to quickly copy these questions down. I'm going to time you, and then I want to see how many people get 4 out of 4. Okay, so copy these questions. You got -5 plus 2 is A, B is -1 plus 4, 3 take away 7, and -2 take away 3. Quickly write it down. It could be on your sheet or it could be in your exercise book. I'm going to give you a bit of a timer. We go to the other class. I gave them 90 seconds. See if you get this one right. I'm going to set it up. 1, 2, 3. Let's get down to 30. All right, we're ready? 90 seconds starts. Oh, you're copying it, yeah? Copy it down. Remember, if you don't finish all 4 out of 4, it's okay. The ones you do, I want 100%. Accuracy over speed. There's no point doing it fast and getting them all wrong. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. 90 seconds starts now. If you finished it already, you can go on to exercise 1E and then you can start your work today. That's what I'm saying. Like the other class, they did it in class and they finished off exercise 1E and didn't have to do it for homework. If you muck around, then yes, it'll be for homework. Let's go. Where's my pen? I just lost my digital pen. Here. Oh, no, that's for tomorrow. Keep the sheet for tomorrow. You got 50 seconds left. Now we'll do that next week. We're doing 1G tomorrow. Today you're doing 1E. Today we're doing 1E. Tomorrow is 1G. Oh, you've done 1E. Problem solving as well? Reasoning enrichment? What about enrichment? Alright, have a go with that first before you do 1G. Okay? Because I need to know that you can problem solve and extend yourself. 20 seconds left. And I'm going to pick 4 random students. 4 random students. Maybe I use the roll pick randomly. 3, 2, 1. And okay, time's up. That's 90 seconds. Let's pick the first person. I see I've got Jacob. Oh, Jacob's not here. Oh, that was the first name I saw. Next one, Lucas. Is Lucas here? Lucas is here. You've got -3, -5 plus 2. Yes, that is correct. Give yourselves a tick if you got that one right. Next one, B. Oh, so that wasn't Jacob, that was Joshua. We're doing Jacob this class. I already chose Josh and Tom before. Let's pick another person. Ava, what'd you get for B? Positive 3 is correct. Negative 1 plus 4. Negative 1, and if you add 4, 4 is so much bigger, so yes, you're in the positive direction. Next one, 3 minus 7. Can I pick? Let's go, Bo. What'd you get? Negative 4 is correct. And your last one, negative 2 minus an extra 3. Let's go with Kyle. What'd you get for negative 2 minus 3? Well, you can do this in your head right now, I assume. What's negative 2 minus 3? What do you think? Negative 5 is the correct answer. Well done. Hands up if you got 1 out of 4 correct. No. I just want to know. So if you only got 1 out of 4, 2 out of 4, 3 out of 4, 4 out of 4. Whoa, well done. That is the fluency skill at a bare minimum of Year 8 Exercise 1E. Okay, so if you can do that, that's great. Problem solving is better. If you start getting to the missing questions, that's a really nice one because it really tests your understanding of the number line. But that's bare minimum. Okay, so in this class, just like before, I do expect all of you to be able to do this. So if I do put it on a test, I expect every one of you to get that one right. Okay, it takes some time. Use the number line, but you have to get it right. Okay, whether it's 1, 2, I don't care. You just have to get it right. Okay? All right, team, this is your time. I'm going to stop the video.